Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Nolet Johnson Court here in Norwood, Massachusetts. Joe Pinolo alongside Tyler Gonsalves. And Tyler, a big game tonight, opening night for the Mustangs and for the Hopkinton Hillers.
Yep, great game tonight. Norwood comes in returning most of their starters from last year. They have 4 captains this year. They have Tamari Daniels, J. Mario Cornelius. We have Cam McDonough and recently appointed Robbie Wachowski. Robbie just joins the team. This is his first year. Football guy, but brings a ton of energy to the team. And the rest of our captains are all back from last year.
Should be a great match between two teams that fared well last year and have some strong seniors. Well, Tyler, so during this pandemic, a couple different rules coming into play. So we're going to see some new things out here tonight, especially at the start of the game with the jump ball.
Yep, jump ball. No more tip-off. We'll be doing a coin toss for the jump ball. In preseason, they were doing the rock, paper, scissors. Unfortunately, that will not follow us into the regular season.
And that's got to be a riot to see. Rocks, paper, scissors on the basketball court to determine an important possession.
Things you'd never thought you'd see on a basketball court.
It is loud in here right now, Ty, but as we go on, this is going to be quieter than we're used to. We're used to raucous crowds here, especially towards the end of last year with both Norwood teams being so successful, both the boys and the girls. But no fans in the stands. We're bummed you can't be with us.
Absolutely. Sad to not see a packed gym tonight, but hopefully we'll get to the insights on Coach McDonald's coaching. We'll be able to hear everything she's saying.
Absolutely. Those huddles won't be quite so private anymore. Here come the Mustangs. They'll start it off. Ryan Fitzsimmons, number 23, inbounds it. Cam McDonough, number 22, had a great season last year. And Norwood now tries to work it around beyond the arc. Noah Baudette moves inside. And it looks like immediate possession will go to the Hillers.
Go to the Hillers, up and down from Noah there. Didn't get the shot off. Clean block.
Absolutely great play. The Hillers defense strong from the get-go. Now they will bring it up here. Number 15, Matt Cooper, one of the 2 captains on this team. Gets it over to Brian Keefe, the other captain. Here's a shot from long range, doesn't go. And Noah Baudette will bring it back for the Mustangs.
Out of bounds there by Cam McDonough.
Cam McDonough steps out. Cam, a TVL All-Star last season, Ty.
Yep, Cam TVL All-Star, captain this year. I know Coach has been on him about being a more vocal leader.
And this one looks like it'll be the N1.
That's going to be a foul on Cam. His first.
That's number 10, Nate Casper, getting those 2 points and getting the scoring going tonight. And Casper will now attempt the N1. Off the back rim, no, but collected by Brandon Francis.
And this is Brandon's first year on varsity, and he's a starter. So I'm sure he's excited to be out there. I know he grew a lot in the offseason. Coach is happy.
What a leap. A kid is a JV player last year, now starting opening night as a varsity player. Got to feel good about that.
Great pass.
Little contact down below, but ultimately Hopkinton secures the rebound. Out now again to Cooper. Inside, that shot doesn't go for Josh Sarapusco. And now Norwood will bring it back up again with Cam.
That's Noah from 3, and it's good.
And he's got it. Noah Baudette gets the scoring going for the Mustangs as they take a 1-point lead. Noah Baudette, the only sophomore on the Mustangs roster. Tyler, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, Noah's got a bright future. Got called up at the end of last season. Got a good amount of varsity minutes and experience, so hopefully that helps him going to this year.
And speaking of, Cam McDonough gets that steal, and he'll bring it back the other way. Noah puts his hand up, but Cam will take it himself. Cam. Nice finish by McDonough. 5-2 Mustangs here in the early going. Nate Casper now with it for Hopkinton. Dishes it over to Brian Keefe. Now inside to Sarapusco. Here's Anthony DiPietro, and he gets that shot to go. Anthony's first field goal of the game for the Hillers. Oh, risky pass there, secured by Francis.
Fitzy just a little bit off there.
Looking to dial up that shot was Matt Cooper. He decided instead to pass it.
It's going to be a foul on 5, Joey Steves.
Joey Steves picks up his first foul of the game. Joey, a junior guard for the Mustangs.
And Joey, quite a versatile player. Coach told us going into the game he can play positions 1 through 4, so we'll see him everywhere on the court tonight.
Talk about having to know every position, every player on the other team, and that's no easy task, but Joey Steve's up for it. Smart player for the Mustangs. Here's Brian Keefe with it again, dishes it off for Nate Casper.
And the Mustangs in a 2-3 zone here.
Goes to the 3, this one just misses and goes out. Rebound is collected by Matt Cooper. Back out to Casper. Coach McDonald talking about what great shooters this Hopkinton team has, and they're looking for the opening. Norwood hasn't given it to him yet. Nice rebound collected there by Ryan Fitzsimmons. Here's Cam McDonough. McDonough works it over to Joey Steves. Steve now, lob pass inside. Noah Badette goes up for it.
And Noah's fouled on the play, so he'll shoot 2.
Noah Badette will attempt a couple free throws here. And Tyler, we're going to see some interesting things on these free throws. Almost looks like a technical from the way they start, but that's because of the new COVID rules.
Yeah, new COVID rules on your first free throw. You're just off the line by yourself. I always wonder for the players, is this better or worse? Does it make you feel more at ease?
Well, certainly Noah was at ease there.
No problem.
He'll try to keep that stroke going, but now we're going to see a quartet of players come into the box as 4 players are allowed inside, and perhaps that gives the offense a little bit of an advantage with a 3-on-2 battle for the rebound.
Absolutely, if the shooter crashes.
And no need to worry about that. Noah knocks down his second free throw. He's got 5 points, 7-4 Norwood advantage. Just under 5 minutes to go. Nate Casper now with control for the Hillers. Brian Keefe thinks about a shot, says no, gets it into Evan Mirazimi. Trying to move it around the outside. The Hillers now, they finally take a shot from 3, and it is good. Brian Keefe, one of the 2 senior captains for the Hillers, with his first 3 points of the night, and it's 7-7.
Noah's fouled on that play. Fouls on the floor.
Second team foul tonight on the Hillers. We've seen Noah Badette, Tyler, around the ball a lot early on, and for a young player, that's really nice to see that confidence.
Exactly. I was just going to follow up with that. He looks real confident this year.
Great sign for a player who was called up midway through last season. Here's Cam McDonough working against Mirazimi. And a nice steal, and let's see what the Hillers can now do on offense. Cam McDonough almost gets his hand in there, secured by Cooper. This one goes off the hands of Brian Keefe, who can't find the handle, and we'll get a couple subs in.
And we have a tie game here about halfway through the first quarter, 7-7. Fouls, same, 2 apiece. All tied up here.
Schnurr checks into the game for the Hillers. And it looks like we had Damari Daniels, number 1, checking in for the Mustangs. Robbie Ladkowski is also in the game, and he lets his presence be known.
Great finish by Robbie, high-energy player. Happy to see him on the court. He's hoping to be a 4-sport athlete this year.
Wow, 4-sport, you don't hear that a whole lot. That shot by Schnurr is off the mark, and now Damari Daniels drives inside. Doesn't quite get some help from the rim.
Damari unlucky not to finish there. Great player in transition.
Here's a shot from the outside for Hopkinton. Attempting to follow up his shot was Nick Paharic, but unable to get there. Look at that control by Robbie with one hand. And possession arrow, I believe, to Norwood.
It is, and Robbie also I believe a baseball captain and a football captain, so.
And I believe Tyler played golf this season?
He did play golf this fall.
That's and those are very different sports, and the fact that he's able to excel at all of them just speaks to the gifts that Robbie Ledkowski has. He's a hard worker as well.
Hard worker, and we'll also see his sister on the court for the Mustangs on Sunday in the girls' game.
That's it. Great athletes in that family.
Great pass by Damari right into Robbie, and he finishes under the basket.
Robbie is 2 for 2 from the field tonight. He's got 4 points. The Mustangs have an 11-7 lead. Evan Mirazimi attempts the 3. Rebound collected by Joey Steves. Inside pass for Carl Schletzbaum, number 50, who has entered. And possession of Hopkinton.
And that's Carl's first touch of the game as well. Carl, also a multi-sport athlete. He is a soccer captain in the fall.
Coach McDonald was talking about how Carl really knows his role really well, and he's going to be a valuable piece for the Mustangs.
Yep, and we've seen Carl's brother out here today in the JV game.
Yeah, Conrad had a solid game. Evan Mirazimi now number 3 with it. Nice pass over to Matt Keefe, but that is stolen away by Cam McDonough. We've seen Cam around the ball a lot. He's kind of playing that distributor role really well.
And Damari confident early and pulls up from 3.
Wow, talk about confidence on that shot. You got to love that if you're Coach McDonald. Kristen McDonald in her 2nd year as head coach of the Norwood Mustangs. She has been a great presence on the sideline for Norwood, really energetic. Over the side to Mirazimi.
And we have Damari
quick in transition.
Oh, way to kick it out.
Look at that. Cam McDonough knocks down the 3. He's got 5 tonight. Timeout.
Timeout Hopkinton. Mustangs on a little run here with 2 minutes left in the corner. Open up a 10-point lead.
17-7. They look great.
Yep. Mustangs open up a 10-point lead in the past 2 minutes. They've held Hopkinton scoreless the past 2 minutes.
And I'll tell you, they're doing this without one of their senior captains who's hurt right now. So the fact that they're able to come out on such a strong start is really encouraging.
Yeah, but Jay is on there on the sidelines with the rest of the team. Looks like he's bringing a lot of energy, talking to players when they're coming off the court. Great to see it of your senior leader.
Really nice to see someone taking that leadership role. As Tyler mentioned in the open, 4 captains on the Mustangs roster. Damari Daniels, number 1. J. Mario Corielis, number 11. Cam McDonough, 22. And Robbie Ledkowski, 33. Seems like those double numbers are popular amongst the captains for the Mustangs.
Absolutely.
Very quiet it's gotten on this court. And Tyler, this is the time that we would see that crowd maybe kick into gear a little bit, but the bleachers are empty.
Yes, there will be, unfortunately, no home court advantage for anyone this year.
Odd to see X's on all the bleachers, and even the teams themselves really couldn't be in the court early.
Right. Teams get very limited warm-up time as they spray the gym down between all the games, between the freshman, JV, and varsity games, so limited warm-up time here.
Damari Daniels talking a couple things over with one of the assistant coaches, Steve Burrell. Steve's been a great addition for the Mustangs as well on the sideline.
Steve, great addition for the Mustangs, a teacher here at the high school. He's the accounting teacher, and he is very happy to be working with Coach McDonald, as she brings a lot and has taught him a lot as well. I speak to him often about it.
Here come the Hillers now. Matt Cooper, number 15. He's been around the ball a lot early on. Damari Daniels has made his presence known in this game. Carl chases that from the outside. Rebound is collected by the only freshman on the team. Cam McDonough. I got my numbers confused a little bit there for a second.
And with the ball's out of bounds here, we'll have a Hillers ball coming out from the baseline. A little
sub coming in for the Hillers. That's Josh Sharapusco, number 35. He checks into the game. And bringing it up for Hopkinton is Nate Casper. About a minute and a half left to go here. 17-7 Mustangs. 2 fouls apiece for these two varsity rosters. Josh moves inside, dishes it out to Mirazimi, who knocks down that shot. He's 1 for 2 from behind the arc. Cam McDonough, another great pass. Look
Great
at that
extra pass by Carl.
Really smart movement. Boy, is Carl a smart player. Casper. And this is now for Cooper, who's unable to get that to go.
We're going to see a carry there on Damari Daniels, so that's going to be a turnover. It's going to be a Hillers ball.
And Damari knows it as he walks back the other way. That happens. And we'll see a sub coming in for Norwood. Looks like Brandon Francis will re-enter as Carl Slutzbaum checks out. Joey Steves also will come back into the game as Cam McDonough earns a much-deserved rest. Minute left to go here. Good aggressive play there. It will stay with Hopkinton, though, as Noah Badette almost got in there. Sub coming in, Evan Mirazimi checks out, and number 14, Caleb Rahane will check in for the Hillers.
And we'll see the Mustangs switch defense here and go more to a man instead of a 2-3 zone look.
And right off the bench and right into the shooting mode is Caleb Rahane. He's a little bit off on that one.
Ooh, Joey unlucky to slip there.
His shoes just weren't good to him on that one. And attempting to follow up the play is Nate Casper, but it looks like the call was before that. But isn't that weird to see, Tyler, that they're hand sanitized before entering every time? And that's Matthew Mahoney that just entered. Matthew, the only freshman on the Norwood roster, but coach says she loves his confidence.
Absolutely. And he enters the game for Joey Steves, who now has picked up 2 fouls early here.
As it goes out, looked like Coach McDonald wanted to play that ball for a second.
A small miscue here by the Mustangs.
Well, they have a little bit of room here to operate with a 17-10 lead with about 30 seconds to go. But this Hiller team is dangerous, especially with their shooting.
That's a great forced turnover there by the Mustangs defense. Maddie's going to slow the game down here. They're going to opt for the last shot with the shot clock off here.
Maddie Mahoney now for the Mustangs. 12 seconds to go. Here's Badette. No. Rebound is collected by Casper for Hopkinton. Nice drive. And a nice play to keep that one in bounds by Badette. But that will be clear for the end of the first quarter. Tyler, 17-10. Norwood came out shooting today.
Norwood's got to be happy about their start to the first quarter. Slow game to start in the first 4 minutes, but then picked it up in that last 4. So they got to be happy about this lead going into the second quarter.
They got to keep playing hard. They've been making their shots, and that's really making the difference early on. But like Coach McDonald was talking to us about, this Hopkinton team can shoot the lights out.
Absolutely, and it's for the Mustangs, I think it's all been about transition and making that extra pass. They've gotten a lot of easy baskets for themselves. And then on defense, we'll see if Coach McDonald opts to keep switching up from that 2-3 zone or to man-to-man, and we'll see how they come out to start the second quarter.
And that ability to switch defense has to be huge. You give a team different looks. I'm sure especially shooters that get in a rhythm, maybe you switch it up just because the other team's hitting their shots.
Absolutely, and we'll see the Mustangs' ability to communicate here. So with no fans in the stands to cheer on, we'll see what kind of communication we get out of both teams.
As you said, that home field advantage, really not a thing these days. In fact, it's kind of weird. We're going to have a home and home almost against Hopkinton, as the Mustangs will travel to play at the Hillers just in a couple days.
Yeah, and I was fortunate enough to coach soccer in the fall, and home and home is quite an interesting series since you play the same team with only a day in between. Very hard to prepare for the same team twice. You're going to know all their advantages, and you're not trying to switch something up on that second game.
Almost like a little bit of a baseball feel, like who's going to win the series. And fewer games this season.
Fewer games this season, so we're going to have a limited season, only 10 games. We'll have 5 home games, 5 away. As the teams are now in pods, they're smaller groups. They've broken up the TVL into smaller pods.
And so Norwood's pod, though, a couple really, really good teams in there. Hopkinton is one of them. Medfield also in the pod. Holliston and Ashland, I believe, round out the pod with Norwood. We'll see a lot of those teams coming up. In fact, Holliston, I believe, is in action on the 19th against Norwood. That's opening day for Holliston. And Norwood will already have played a couple games by then. Maybe that'll be nice for the Mustangs.
We'll hope that's advantage for the Mustangs, who had a very shortened preseason, we'll call it.
They just came back.
Due to some quarantining over the winter break, something that we'll most likely be experiencing throughout the season.
Well, here we come for the second quarter of action, 17-10 Mustangs. And that is number 10, Maddie Mahoney, that you see running things a little bit. He's a freshman, but as we were saying in the first quarter, really energetic.
And we have a foul here on 25, Anthony DiPietro for the Hillers, and Damari Daniels will be on the line.
Damari shooting 2. Here comes the first.
And again, if you're just tuning in with us right now, the first free throw is always by yourself due to COVID rules.
Yeah, correct. That is not a technical on either of these coaches, but it's got to be weird. I mean, what has to be going through his mind there?
For Damari, hopefully nothing but net as he just sinks that first free throw.
Let's see if he's got ice in those veins as he attempts a second. It's good.
And Damari's come off the bench here and really been productive for the Mustangs.
He's been great. Made a big 3 earlier. And there's a nice steal by Maddie Mahoney. Cam McDonough now with the ball back up for the Mustangs. Takes it himself. Hopkinton will collect, coming back the other way. And there's some strong moves by Keefe for the Hillers.
So after the shot, there's going to be a foul there. Green ball it's going to be green out of bounds.
And I believe, Tyler, with our new rules, we won't see any inbounding from underneath the hoop as well. It's another change that the MIAA has inserted here.
And that foul there is going to be on Damari Daniels after the whistle. His first of the game.
Josh Serapusco at the point there, doing his work against Robbie Latkowski. Now a switch.
Noah and Robbie do great there to force the block.
Here's Robbie. Thinks about it, says no. Now inside to into Badette. And he goes against a couple players. Doesn't get it to fall, though. 19-10 Norwood, a little over 7 minutes here to go.
That's going to be a foul on Robbie Wachowski.
Strong move there by Anthony DiPietro. And he will go to the line shooting 2.
And that's going to be Robbie's first foul of the game.
First free throw attempt of the night for Anthony DiPietro, number 25. And that one is good. Third point of the night for the senior forward. And now it looks like we will see Noah Badette and Carl Schlutzbaum fight for this rebound, if there is a miss. There is not, as he sinks it.
Free throw shooting has been great by both teams tonight.
Both teams have been wonderful from that line.
Very few misses from the line. Oh, great cross-course pass by Damari.
There's a nice play inside.
So the foul is going to be the floor. It's going to be white ball, no shot. Great extra pass by Matty there. He was open for 3, but gets it in down low to Carl.
And Carl draws that. Number 50, Carl Schlutzbaum, a senior. He's really doing a lot of that dirty work for the Mustangs. He draws that foul there.
Absolutely. I think you said it best when Coach McDonald said he really knows his role in this team. He's going to fight for every rebound and be a hard worker.
From 3 again, long range.
And Damari is feeling it tonight early.
That is a sharp shot there from Damari Daniels.
And Carl takes the charge, or gets a charge call on the other team. Fouls green 10. That's going to be a charge on green number 10. Carl does a great job there of setting his feet.
Foul is on Nate Casper, number 10. And a big momentum shift there, Tyler. They were that close to answering.
That's a great play. That's what the Celtics would call a Marcus Smart hustle play, taking a charge on a player coming full speed at you.
There you go, and I'm sure she loves to see that hustle play. Now a lot of movement between Cam McDonough and Damari Daniels. On the side is Matthew Mahoney. Carl can't quite find the handle on that. And Norwood,
It's gonna be a timeout, Norwood.
They were able to get that timeout off. Really good hustle by the freshman there, Matthew Mahoney.
Great hustle by Maddie there to get on the floor. I know Coach loves that from her team. We've heard it all throughout the night from JV and freshmen. The Mustangs definitely want to out-hustle the other team, no matter who they are playing at any level.
And they got to keep their foot on the gas here. They've had a great start to this game, but we'll see what Coach McDonald draws up in this huddle. Early on, Tyler, great game. We got about 6 minutes to go. 22-12, the Mustangs have to be feeling pretty good, but you got to keep fighting.
Yeah, the Mustangs definitely want to keep their foot on the gas here and try and open up a larger lead going to that second half. I mean, plenty of time here left in the second quarter. We also have a very short halftime with us today, only 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so this game is going to be very fast-paced.
That's it. Those locker rooms closed off. We won't be seeing the teams go in there. Everything's right out in the open. All the sounds are right out in the open, so certainly a different feel to these basketball games in an arena that would normally be packed.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Friday night game. It's what all the players loved. Probably coming in and about the high school environment.
I'm sure they are just glad to be playing basketball at this point, though. There was so many questions dealing with the sports. Credit to Norwood, Athletic Director Jonathan Longley, and a lot of the other ADs from the schools in the TVL, getting athletics to happen and making sure they all have all the protocols in place.
Yeah, I think that's been great by all the schools involved. The TVL's done a great job this year of getting all sports played, and even if they have some sort of quarantine issue, they've gotten every game played, I'm pretty sure, in the fall, and we'll hopefully be as lucky in the winter.
Coach is also being smart about it. Norwood coming off quarantine just now, and Coach McDonald knows, hey, that is most important, as important as winning is. Here's Cam McDonough, closely guarded by Caleb Raham. Kicks it out. Robbie Latkowski tries a 3. That one is an air ball, no good. Evan Mirazimi. Couple of passes now, back out for Raham. He fires again. Looks like he's going to have a hot hand from outside that arc. He likes to shoot. Damari Daniels drives inside.
Damari's going to be fouled on that play. I believe it's green 22. It is green 22. Foul is on the floor.
Brian Keefe, I believe, his first of the night. Inbounding it, Ryan Fitzsimmons. Ryan started this game and now getting some more action here in the second quarter. Inside, beautiful pass.
Beautiful pass by Damari. Gets his defender to jump with the pump fake and Just makes a nice pass inside for Robbie to finish at the rim.
Robbie's third made field goal of the night. They've all been close to the basket, but he's been really reliable.
Oh, and he's got those quick hands.
And just like we say, right away, able to make that quick steal.
Damari wants the ball here.
Gotta love that confidence. There's Cam. I think the whole Hopkinton team thought he was going to go to Robbie on that one. Decided not to.
And Fitzy gets that rebound, and he finishes for the and one. That's Ryan Fitzsimmons, number 23, with the and one there.
Tell you get enough chances, you're going to get that ball in the basket. And Norwood getting a couple big offensive rebounds there. That made a difference.
Absolutely.
And here is the and one from 23, Ryan Fitzsimmons.
And the foul there is going to be on number 3, Evan Miranzimi.
And Norwood battling again, almost collect the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Brian Keefe comes back the other way. Kicks it back out, and there is the first shot. The second made three from Matt Cooper. The first made three.
Coach McDonald a little unhappy on that one. But a great cross-court pass opened that up.
Coach knows you can't let up against a team like Hopkinton, and she wants her team continuing to fight.
That's a great pass by Damari. That foul is going to be on Damari. It's going to be an over the back.
Damari Daniels picking up the foul for Norwood. That is his second of the game.
And with Damari picking up his second foul there, we'll see Matt Mahoney come in.
Coach giving him a lot of run. Damari will check out for a little bit and get a rest. He'll talk things over with Coach Burrell. Mustangs working hard in that 2-3. Solid take there. Hopkinton and Josh Serapusco hitting that shot. Norwood tries to answer right away as the freshman Mahoney tries a three. That doesn't go. Here's Serapusco again inside.
Game's been
He is 2 of 2 tonight, and Tyler not surprised to see Coach take a timeout.
Coach takes a timeout here. The game's become a little wide open. Hopkinton on a small run here, cutting the lead from 10 to 7. So Coach is going to opt for the timeout and talk.
Still significant, 26-19. It is still anybody's game. We saw a riveting JV match earlier today with the Norwood team almost coming back from a huge deficit. So 7 points, especially with the shooters Hopkinton has. Nothing's really safe here.
Yeah, absolutely. So in that JV game, JV was down 20 points going into the fourth quarter and only lost by 3. Actually, we had a missed buzzer beater.
And that was as close as you could get too. Really good shot there. And a lot of those players I'm sure we'll be seeing here in the future. It's nice to be able to see kind of the future Mustangs playing in some of the earlier games, and they're all televised here on NCM.
Yeah, absolutely, and that JV game was great. That was actually the first game played today due to some scheduling. Usually we have freshman JV, then varsity, but today we went with JV, freshman, varsity. And in that JV game, we had Dylan Hamway with 19 points. He led the Mustangs.
He was on fire from beyond the arc, and his confidence was showing. I'm sure it won't be long before we're seeing him get a crack with some of these players that we're seeing tonight.
Oh, absolutely. He looked confident. A nice lefty shooter. Always interesting to see.
Always interesting to have someone strong with that left hand. .407 left here in this second quarter. Norwood hanging on to a 26-19 lead. It's been a good start for the Mustangs, and they look to continue this. It looks like we'll have Ryan Fitzsimmons on the court, along with Noah Badette. Ken McDonough still back out there. Brandon Francis, the junior, and Matty Mahoney, the freshman, rounding out the squad for the Mustangs. Here's Brandon Francis now on the wing. Dishes it to McDonough.
And Coach has been very happy with Brandon this season. She thinks he's been a pleasant surprise. A player on JV last year that had a nice growth spurt. She's really excited about the possibilities.
I always like to see that. This one off the mark from Noah.
Oh, great hustle by Fitzy.
That's an awesome hustle play.
We're going to call a travel on Cam there. I think that's a little bit unlucky as he collided with the Hopkinton defender.
You know, Norwood did save that, though. Really good hustle play there by Ryan Fitzsimmons. Looks like we're going to have an injury timeout. That's
so
Cam
Cam's going
McDonough.
to come out here, yep, after that collision.
We'll hopefully find out a little bit as he talks things over with Coach
Bob
Burrell.
Barksdale.
That's Damari Daniels now back in the game. Brandon Francis guarding Josh Sarapusko. Now Rahim dishes out to Cooper, over to Keith. Here's a shot from 3. That does not go from Owen Schnurr. Schnurr's been a shooter off the bench for Hopkinton. Probably only a matter of time before he gets going. Here's Badette. Daniels now will attempt to move in, loses his dribble, kicks it over to Francis. Francis now inside, takes a step, back out to the point. Mahoney kicks it over to Daniels. Daniels inside, fakes a pass, over to Badette. Guarded by a couple of guys, but he goes up and makes the shot over both.
That's a great finish by Noah there. Tough shot in traffic, but great finish.
Noah Badette with 7 points tonight for the Mustangs here so far in the first half. Hopkinton with a lot of guys beyond the arc. Caleb Rahim has attempted a couple threes already today.
Oh, it's a great steal by Damari, and he's out in transition.
What a play. He is energetic tonight. Damari Daniels, Tyler, came to play.
He came to play, and he's fouled there, I believe, by 22. He's fouled there, yes, by 22 on Hopkinton.
That is Brian Keefe. That's his second of the night for the Hillers.
It's nice to see Damari still being aggressive here with 2 fouls early in the second, or 2 fouls here in the second quarter.
Robbie Ladkowski, one of the newly minted Norwood captains, will come in, and Ryan Fitzsimmons gets a nice hand as he goes off.
Fitzsimmons brought a lot of energy off the bench today.
That was really nice to see. He started this game out, and then he came off the bench here in this second quarter and has been a welcome presence for the Mustangs. And the free throw is made by Damari Daniels.
And as Hopkinton has 8 fouls now, we're in a 1-on-1 situation. For those of you at home that are unaware, 1-on-1 situations is 7 fouls up till 9 in a high school game, and the shooter gets 1 shot. If he makes it, he'll get the second shot. If not, it's a live ball.
And so Damari earns the second, misses the second, but a really strong offensive rebound by Robbie Ledkowski. Here's Damari again, kicks it over to Mahoney for 3, off the back no.
That's going to be a foul on Brandon there, I believe, number 2, yep.
Brandon Francis called as Evan Mirazimi goes down. Coach McDonald doesn't really like it. She'll plead her case, but it looks like that will not go very far.
Coach unhappy there as Brandon was just fighting for the ball, fighting for a rebound.
Here's Nick Paharic in the game for Hopkinton, and it looks like
Hopkinton is now in the bonus, or Norwood is now in the bonus, so Hopkinton will now shoot a 1-and-1.
And so we'll see that 4-man fight for a potential rebound here.
Ball is live here on a missed free throw.
Well, good battle there between Mirazimi and Brandon Francis. Brandon gets it on the miss, though.
And the Mustangs have a 10-point lead here with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
A couple of guys guarding Matthew Mahoney, and this will go out of bounds. It appears the Mustangs will keep it. 2:10 left to play, 29-19, the Mustangs with a 10-point lead. Strong inbounds pass from Robbie Ledkowski. And now a pass over to the freshman Matthew Mahoney. Here's Daniels. Kicks it over for Badette. Attempts to 3, that doesn't go. Into no man's land, and securing that tough rebound is Nick Paharic. Caleb Rahim now dishes out, top of the key, now inside. And that foul looks to go against.
And I'm not sure if the foul here is on. That's going to be a foul on Damari. That's going to be his
That's
third
his
of the
third.
game. And the foul is on the shot, so he'll shoot 2.
2 shots now coming up for Hopkinton. That first one does not go for Anthony DiPietro. He's already made 2 free throws tonight, so we know he's a dangerous shooter from the stripe.
And we're going to see Damari and Brandon come off the court. Damari with 3 fouls. We'll see him probably sit until the start of the second half.
Second free throw from DiPietro. It also does not go.
That's a great
And the
board
rebound
by
is
Robbie.
collected by Ledkowski. Mirazimi falls down but gets right back up for Hopkinton. Pass inside to Fitzsimmons. Doesn't go. Norwood battling for it. It looks like it'll stay with them.
Fitzsimmons appeared to be fouled into the rim there, but no call.
Ryan really working hard so far. He's had a nice start to this game, Tyler.
Yeah, Fitzsimmons, another player that was on JV last year, now getting varsity minutes, looking great out there.
That's a great sign for a program when you get guys coming up from those levels. Here's a pass inside, and it's like he heard us talking about him. 2 points for Ryan Fitzsimmons. He has 4 tonight. And battling against a couple guys. Looks like Matthew Mahoney will be called for that foul.
And that'll be his first.
Tyler, it looked like DiPietro got that ball in the post and almost expected guys to be around him. Didn't take the shot and then had 4 guys around him and wisely drew the foul. He's back at the line.
One of the few times Norwood's not been set in transition.
DiPietro hits the free throw.
Hits the first of the 1-and-1.
3 out of 5 now from the stripe for number 25. And the second goes as well. Solid free throw shooting from Anthony DiPietro, who is up to 6 points on the evening. 31-21 in favor of the Mustangs. 1:16 left to go. Cam McDonough from 3. He answers.
He answers.
8 points for McDonough, one of these senior captains. Almost loses his man, but catches up to Owen Schnurr. There's 22, Brian Keefe. He's one of the captains for the Hillers.
I think it's great to see here the Mustangs are getting healthy contributions from all of their captains, whether it be rebounding, scoring, and Jay Mario has been the loudest person on the bench all night. You love to see it.
That's it. He is, even though he's not playing, he is still involved in this game. Anthony DiPietro has had a solid game. He adds 2 more points to his total for the Hillers. 30 seconds left to go. Norwood with an 11-point lead. Looking to add to it is Noah Baudette. He does, and Noah's now in double figures. That's a great answer, Tyler, by the Hillers.
Mustangs are still pushing that ball in transition, but we'll see if they... Oh, Cam's wide open here.
Cam takes the 3. It doesn't go. Robbie Ladkowski with the rebound. 5 seconds. Here's the shot. That one doesn't go either. Fighting for the rebound. Going back the other way. A long heave from Schnurr. Hits the shot clock. It doesn't go.
So Mustangs with 2 shots there late at the end of the quarter, unable to hit either, but they're up 12 points going into halftime, 37-25.
Great performance by the Mustangs there. They came out really firing, and it shows on the scoreboard, Tyler. They're hitting their shots, but they're working hard on defense as well.
Yeah, Mustangs doing a great job of scoring inside and out. We've scored a lot of points in the paint. We've scored a lot of points from 3. It's a great all-around performance for the offense right now.
It's a shame we can't get some fans in here to see this.
It's a shame. Hopefully everyone's tuning in at home. And I think Coach McDonald will be happy. I mean, we'll be able to hopefully overhear what she's saying, but I think she'll be happy here based on their first scrimmage. They had quite a few turnovers, and they've had some crisp passing today.
Yes, a really strong first half for Norwood. Hopkinton, though, again, we talked about that earlier. They can get dangerous in a hurry. One of Norwood's biggest successes so far, the 2 Hopkinton senior captains, Matt Cooper and Brian Keefe, they've held them so far to 8 points, but those guys can bust out at any moment.
Yeah, and I think it's been nice to see Damari Daniels has been dynamic off the bench.
He has been, yeah. He really came in that first half. Damari, though, with 3 fouls so far. So that is potentially something to watch as we head into the second half.
Yep, so in high school, you'll foul out on the 5th foul automatically. So Damari only has 2 fouls to give. So we'll see if Coach opts to play him early or kind of holds out and waits till the end of the 3rd quarter.
That will be interesting to see.
And the only other Mustang with multiple fouls is Joey Steves, and he has 2 fouls on the day.
Yeah, we saw Joey sub out a little bit early. Matthew Mahoney's been getting some run. The freshman has been a good sign as well for the Mustangs. He subbed in for Joey a little bit through that second quarter. Norwood with a couple other big games coming up soon. They will play Hopkinton on Sunday. That will be a 2 o'clock game away at Hopkinton, but I believe you can catch that game through Hopkinton's media channel. Norwood's next home game, Tuesday the 12th. They will play at 6:30 against Medfield.
And I don't see Joey Steves here on the bench, so we'll wonder if he's getting some treatment with Bob Barksdale in the training room.
Well, we will find out. I'm sure we'll keep our ears tuned to that. Odd to be able to hear so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And great to see that Cam was able to come back into the game there after taking maybe a hit to the head or a little collision. Yeah,
good to see. And he was ready to go. He was firing up threes, and obviously making a couple of them. So he seems to be feeling well. The Hopkinton team, they will play Norwood, obviously, again on the 10th. And then on the 12th, they will be back in action as well. They will be taking on Westwood, hosting them at 6:30. So both teams playing next Sunday at 2 o'clock and then playing Tuesday at 6:30. It's a bunch of games in a short time, but I think that's what we're going to be seeing with these shortened seasons.
Absolutely, and Westwood has a really great program, and they outdueled Mustangs late in the season last year. The Mustangs just missing the playoffs last year, so they're hoping to come back and get that done this year.
Well, let's see if they will come out fighting as we get ready to start the second half of action here. Players still staying a bit socially distanced. Odd to see them all over the bleachers the way they are, huh?
Absolutely.
And again, slightly different strategies. Coach McDonald talking to her players on the bleachers that have been pulled out. And Coach Tom Keene for the Hillers talking to his player in a little bit of a circle. Really interesting to see how these coaches adapt.
Absolutely. And Coach McDonald told us to note and give congratulations to Coach Tom Keene, who's a great guy and battled back from colon cancer last year. So.
Congrats to Coach Keene. We're glad he's able to be on the sidelines and continuing to coach. Hopkinton with the ball here to start the second half. And that's Matt Cooper dishing to Nate Casper on the inbounds.
And Mustangs opting for man-to-man to start this quarter.
Back out now for Brian Keefe. Keefe inside. Josh Serapusco had a nice first half, but he has that taken away. Brandon Francis starting the second half, making an impact immediately. Look at that confidence from Matty Mahoney. That's exactly what McDonald was talking about.
Cam does a great job of keeping his dribble there.
Here comes Nate Casper down the other way, and a couple players go crashing into the movable barrier.
Great to see the hustle by Robbie and Noah, even though they're unable to come up with the block.
Casper's able to get that shot to go, and the first points of the second half belong to the Hillers. Noah Bodette now for the Mustangs. And the rebound is strong. Brandon Francis is on the board.
Brandon, great job following up missed baskets tonight. Excellent on the offensive glass for the Mustangs.
He's been a welcome addition, as we've said numerous times tonight, for Norwood. Now working around the top of the arc is the Hillers. Back out for Matt Cooper. Cooper moves inside and unable to handle it.
It's going to be Mustang ball coming out.
A rare moment. Anthony DiPietro, who's been so good drawing fouls for the Hillers, just had that ball go off his fingertips. Robbie Latkowski gets the ball in. Matthew Mahoney, no one around him, so he'll take a runner. That will not go. Hustles back on defense. 39-27 Mustangs, 6:38 left to go. We are in the third quarter of action here from Norwood. Deep shot from the outside, and this one will go. We talked, Tyler, at the half about Brian Keefe possibly heating up. He's got 8 now.
We'll see that. Hillers have come out strong to start.
Nice play by Noah Bodette to keep that alive and get it over to Cam McDonough. This one is tipped and it'll go out of bounds off Evan Mirazimi, who's just checked in, number 3.
Yeah, the Hillers have done a great job this quarter early on in the first 2 minutes of pressuring the ball. Almost trying to trap Cam every time he has the ball coming up the court.
Sure, Tom Keene not super happy with the way that first half went, but no surprise that the Hillers have come out strong to begin the second half. Single-digit lead for the Mustangs once again. Here's Noah, moves inside, tries to move around the pick from Brandon. Brandon, though, collects that rebound.
That's an and one for Brandon Francis there. Offensive glass, he's been there all night.
He's putting in some work. His 4th point of the night. Norwood extends their lead to 11. And Brandon will attempt the and one.
And we love to see Brandon's hard work rewarded there on the offensive glass with a putback.
Let's see if he's able to add to the Norwood point. He does not, but the offensive rebound is collected by Robbie Latkowski. Almost gets it to go, but the rim wasn't his friend there. Here comes Brian Keefe now for the Hillers. Nate Casper inside.
Brandon does a great job there, staying straight up.
Really nice work there, not taking that foul. The travel is called on Matty Mahoney.
We'll see a substitution here.
Looks like potentially, yep, number 31 is coming into the game for the Hillers. That's Nick Paharic, as Nate Casper will take a seat.
It appears Coach Keene here is unhappy with the team about their rebounding effort.
Thinking about a shot is Brian Keefe. Now he dials it up. That's 11 now, Tyler. His 3rd three-pointer of the game. Brian Keefe starting to get going.
Yep, Brian Keefe with 2 3-pointers here early in the second
Wide
half.
open 3 for Noah Bodette. He knocks it down. He has 13.
And I believe that's his first 3 of the game. As the teams trade threes here. Oh, Brandon, great defense.
Great answer there for Noah Bodette. And Noah gets tangled up there with Nick Paharic.
And that's going to be Mustang's ball on the possession arrow.
Robbie Lankowski to inbound it. Matty Mahoney, who's still out there. Cam McDonough tries to attack inside. Rebound is secured by Matt Cooper, a senior captain for the Hillers. Here's a 3 attempt, and it is knocked down again by Brian Keefe. That's his 4th 3 tonight.
I believe that's 3 in a row for him this quarter. Yet to miss here.
He has been nails to start the quarter. So has Brandon Francis, though, although that ball knocked out of bounds off Josh Sharapusco, and we'll have a sub for the Hillers. Looks like Ross Komkowicz, a senior, will enter the game, as Evan Mirazimi will take a seat.
And the Mustangs have a 12-point lead here, with a little under 5 to play in the 3rd quarter.
44-36. There's Bodette, kicks it out to Mahoney. Mahoney thinks about it, back out. Lankowski attempts to 3. Really nice energetic work there.
We're going to foul here on 30, I believe, for the Hillers.
That will go against...
Oh, no. 31.
I believe 31, sorry. Nick Paharic, the junior forward, will collect his first foul of the evening. And it looks like Ryan Fitzsimmons will be the one inbounding this ball. Damari Daniels back in the game, as is Carl Schletzbaum. Here's Damari, who had a really strong first half tie.
Yep, Damari back here.
Shot is knocked down. A really nice field goal made by Cam McDonough. He has 10 tonight. And
Mustangs
standing
force
up.
Another turnover.
Oh, Schletzbaum really earning that one. He was
great pass there.
Carl fights for it, but it is a turnover. Taken away by Brian Keefe. Behind the back dribble, gets him around Daniels. Over to Paharic.
Damari, careful there not to foul.
Here's Cooper, back to Keefe. Keefe is feeling it from 3. He makes it again.
4 for 4 here in the 3rd.
Brian Keefe is up to 17 tonight. And Tyler, we still have 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. There is a lot of game left.
A lot of game left, and the Hillers here cutting the lead down to just 7. Coach clearly unhappy with the coverage on a clear shooter in O'Keefe. And Keefe, sorry.
Keefe has been great, and that captain really putting the team on his back here to start the second half, and he's made a difference on that scoreboard, 46-39. We talked about how this Hopkinton team can come back from pretty much anything, and we're starting to see it, or we're going to attempt to stop the bleeding after this timeout.
Absolutely, and it appears coach is telling the shooters to stop helping on when the ball's down in the paint, to stop helping off shooters because we have created too many open looks for the Hillers here. So
let's see if they tighten up a little bit on those players on the arc. Could open things up again for Anthony DiPietro, who had a strong first half for the Hillers, and Josh Sarapusko, who is also starting to get going down low. A lot of options here for both teams on the offensive and the defensive end. Looks like we'll have Damari Daniels out there for the Mustangs, along with Robbie, Ryan Fitzsimmons, Cam McDonough, and Noah Bodette. So coach will send out the same crew she had earlier before the timeout.
And we'll see Joey walking back here from the treatment room.
Nice to see Joey back out here. The Mustangs miss his presence for sure. Coach calling out plays. Damari kicks it out. McDonough doesn't like what he sees, brings it back out. Again to Damari. Over to the side, Noah Bodette. Inside, nice pass.
And Ryan Fitzsimmons fouled there on the shot, so he'll get 2 shots.
Ryan Fitzsimmons has been really good about drawing fouls in this game, and Hopkinton collects their second of the second half.
And that foul is going to be on Hopkinton 35, his first of the game.
Ryan Fitzsimmons shooting his first of 2. Knocks down the first. Here comes the second shot as we get the quartet of players that will battle for a potential miss here. It does not go, but a strong offensive rebound ends up turning into a 3-point play as Robbie Lankowski able to put it in, hits his 8th point of the night.
Mustangs all over the glass tonight, and I know that's something that Coach McDonald has emphasized in all practices and with her team. so we're going to see a foul here. Coach clearly unhappy with that one. Thought Noah had a clean block.
Team was getting really excited. They've been really amped about the work that Noah's been putting in. Noah, one of the younger players on the Norwood team, in fact, the only sophomore. But he's had a great game tonight. He's one of Norwood's top scorers on the evening. But the Norwood attack, Tyler, has been very balanced so far.
Absolutely. And Cooper sinks the first of 2 here.
Matt Cooper now with his second. Makes it 5 for Matt Cooper tonight. Tom Keene trying to bring up the energy for his Hopkinton Hillers. 49-41, 3 minutes to go. Noah Badette pulls back, attempts the shot. Almost collects a nice rebound. It goes to McDonough instead. Second offensive rebound in a row for the Mustangs. And that pass looked intended for Ryan Fitzsimmons, but I think it went right through the 5-hole there.
Absolutely.
Matt Cooper now will inbound it. Strange, Tyler, to see these players with masks. I can't imagine how they feel playing in them.
I can tell you from talking to the players in the hallways, they're very unhappy with this, but whatever gets them on the court.
It's something. And a nice play there. Who else, Ty? Brian Keefe again with 2 points.
Brian Keefe lighting it up here in the 3rd quarter. The Mustangs do not have an answer early.
No, well, let's see if Hillers have an answer for Noah Badette. They don't yet. Badette sinks his 4th-3 of the night. Wide open shot for Matt Cooper. We talked about Keefe heating up. Perhaps now Cooper starting to feel it.
And both teams here trading threes. Not very many misses from long range.
Shooting has been very good for both teams. Ladkowski thought about the 3. Badette doesn't think about it. He takes it.
And Fitzsimmons there with the rebound and putback.
Tell you, Ty, that could be, as we get closer towards the end of this game, one of the big differences. Fitzsimmons doing that dirty work off the glass. He's been a real strong player for Norwood.
Absolutely, and unfortunately here we do not have the advanced stats. We don't know how many second chance points the Mustangs have, but it's got to be a lot.
Coach has to like seeing that. Even the coach is socially distanced on the sideline. Damari Daniels now hasn't been quite as active here in this second half, but we know he can get going anytime. Aggressive defense was Cam McDonough coming in. Luckily, that shot was able to be off the mark for the Hillers, and Norwood commits a costly turnover here. Evan Mirazimi coming in. Strong take to the basket, doesn't get it to go, but Mirazimi keeps it alive. Long pass over, Badette tips it.
And we're going to trip there, most likely.
I believe so.
Their feet got tangled up. The foul's going to be on Robbie, number 30.
Robbie Ladkowski called for the foul. Ryan Fitzsimmons, who's had a great 3rd quarter, will sub out. Brandon Francis coming in. Damari Daniels also subbing out.
Foul.
Second foul, you said?
Robbie's 2nd foul of the game.
On Robbie. Matthew Mahoney, the freshman, is number 10, is also back in the game for Norwood. Speaking of number 10, here is Nate Casper for Hopkinton.
And we see on the sidelines Coach Burrell talking to Damari right now.
Any thoughts of what he might be saying?
I believe Coach Burrell is talking to Damari about slowing down the pace of the game. We're going to have Robbie's 3rd foul there.
So a little foul trouble for the senior captain for Norwood. There's Anthony DiPietro. We know he's good from the free throw line, but he does miss the first. And now we'll see the 4-player crew come into the key to attempt to collect if there is an offensive rebound to be had. DiPietro, however, sinks it. That is his 5th made free throw of the evening. He's been really good from the line.
Absolutely. We'll see a little bit of a press here from Hopkinton. Trying to force the ball out of Cam McDonough's hands.
McDonough has been so good as a key distributor for Norwood today, and no surprise that they're looking to do that. Ladkowski doesn't get the shot to go. Back the other way for come the Hillers. And end-to-end, Nate Casper gets the 2 to go. His 3rd made field goal of the evening.
And the Hillers cut the lead to just 5 here in the 3rd quarter.
About 30 seconds left to go, 35 to be exact. McDonough, they let him drive inside.
We're going to see a foul there. McDonough's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
Cam taking it to the hoop, something Coach McDonald talked about wanting to see more of from her team. And Cam is delivering right now.
Confident play from your senior captain when you know you need a bucket.
Third foul of the game for Nate Casper. Cam does not get that one to go. Looks like Brandon Francis checking out. Carl Schletzbaum enters the game. Here's his second of 2. Doesn't go either. Fighting hard for the rebound. We've seen some great effort, Tyler, from Robbie Latkowski on those second chances after the missed free throws.
Absolutely. He's been great in the offensive glass, especially on free throws. Made or missed, he's been down there looking to get that second chance point.
Here's Damari Daniels. Let's see if we see a little bit about what him and Coach Burrow were talking about on the sidelines. Sizing up Nate Casper, number 10. Casper, remember, is in foul trouble. He's got 3 tonight. Here's Mahoney. And Casper still, though, aggressive on the defensive end. Couple players slide in on that one. It was Carl Schletzbaum and Caleb Rahim who eventually both got their hands on it.
And the possession arrow is going to go to the Hillers there. Hillers can opt for the last shot here. There's about 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Down only 5.
Do you think they'll do it, Ty? Do you think they'll seek that last shot?
I think so.
Let's see if they have the open look. Keefe doesn't waste much time. That one doesn't go, but a strong offensive rebound. Matt Cooper puts it up. It doesn't go. So Norwood Tyler maintains the lead. 54-49, though. Hopkinton has cut into it a little bit. We should be primed for a great fourth quarter.
Absolutely. That's Norwood's smallest lead of the game, probably since the first quarter. They opened up a nice 7-point lead. It was up as many as 12 during the game, but now we have a small 5-point lead.
And this should set us up pretty well. Curious if we'll see Joey Steves out there for the fourth quarter.
It appears that he has his warm-up back on, so I'm not sure we'll see him. And then we have Coach Jim McDonald, the brother of Kristen, who's our third coach here on the bench, talking to Damari during our time out here.
What an advantage for Norwood. They've got a great coaching staff on the varsity level. We just saw the freshman game if you were tuning into NCM. Cam Fox doing a great job guiding that team to a tough contested contest. And Coach Paul Bled on the JV level. Boy, did those guys heat up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, great coaching from all 3 levels of the Mustangs today. And Coach McDonald brings her brother onto the staff from Braintree, where she is one of the most well-decorated women's basketball coaches in the entire state.
And player as well. She had a great career at Stonehill.
Absolutely. Coach McDonald doing it done as a player and a coach. Not always a smooth transition, but she makes it look quite easy.
And she is a figure in Norwood, a great guidance counselor in her own right as well. And so some Norwood folks on that staff. Coach Burrell, teacher here as well. And a lot of these Mustangs academically do very well in addition to excelling on the court.
Absolutely. Some of the Mustangs are definitely waiting on these college acceptances here in the spring. Robbie, I know, has already committed to Endicott to play baseball, so that's where he'll be at next fall.
Amazing that Robbie's already participated in 2 sports, now potentially a third with football coming up. And it's not even the sport, Tyler, he's going to play in college.
Nope. Robbie, just an all-around great athlete, all-around great student, great person as well.
30 seconds left to go before this fourth quarter. We should be in for a treat, Tyler.
We're going to have a great game here. It's hopefully going to come down to the wire. I don't know if Coach McDonald's going to like that to come down to the wire, but as commentators, absolutely, we're here for it.
Absolutely. We always love a good game. And we saw Hopkinton really battle back. And McDonough will start off with the ball. Ryan Fitzsimmons getting the start here in the fourth quarter. He attempts to take it inside, going up against a couple Hopkinton defenders, but the rebound is secured there by the Hillers. Back out, Ryan Keefe kicks it out. Evan Mirazimi for 3, doesn't go. Fitzsimmons gets the rebound. Here's Damari Daniels motioning to some of his players. Coach McDonald pleading her case to her team through the mask.
Damari goes down hard there.
And he is still down on the court.
I think the Hopkinton player might have caught him with his other hand as he was going there. No foul on the play.
He will jog to the sideline, though, and we'll get a sub.
We'll see Maddie Mahoney get some fourth quarter minutes here.
Coach McDonald really trusts Maddie, the freshman here, and we'll see if he can deliver. So we hope Damari's okay. He will see how things are with his leg on the sidelines.
Oh, that is a big block there by Noah.
What an all-around game Noah Badette has had.
Yeah, he's been great. Whether it be on defense, offense, rebounding, shooting.
Unfortunately, last touched by the Mustangs. Obviously, Noah with the strong block. So Nate Casper will inbound it for the Hillers. Coach Keene directing him from the sidelines. There's a little no-look pass from Evan Mirazimi. Casper now driving inside.
That's going to be a tough call there. The foul's going to go on. That foul's going to be on Robbie, his fourth of the game. That's going to put him in foul trouble for the rest of the game here in the fourth quarter. And that's unlucky. It appears his feet were set there. Robbie hoping to take the charge. Instead gets called for a block.
First free throw is made by Nate Casper. Robbie with 4. He'll sub out as Brandon Francis comes in. Coach McDonald not happy.
Coach McDonald not happy there. She was very vocal about wanting that charge called. Instead, we have a block called on Robbie.
Second free throw is missed by Casper. Yeah, she was also saying that should have been no call. But the referee's insisting the player is on the ground and the call was made. Without the benefit of a replay, maybe you folks at home will know more than us. Here's Cam McDonough moving inside. A tense that shot from a little bit of a shorter range. Doesn't go, and now the Hillers with a chance, down 4, looking to cut this game to a one-possession one. Inside, really good pass, and putting it home is Josh Sierra-Pusco.
And the Hillers cut the lead to just 2. Mustangs have yet to score a basket here about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Josh with his 6th point of the night. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that name wrong, but he's been a great presence for the Hillers. Taking it inside.
Ryan Fitzsimmons again. He's been there all day. Oh,
Ryan
turnover there by the Hillers.
9.
Nora will try and make them pay. And Noah's going to get fouled there at the rim.
Really nice job by Noah. He just went right strong to the basket. That's what Coach McDonald said she was looking for.
Absolutely, Noah. Definitely Noah's going to get fouled there with two players trailing him. But takes it hard to the basket.
Yeah, he'll shoot 2 with a 4-point Mustang lead. Here's the first.
And that foul was the second on 35 for the Hillers.
Misses the first. We'll get a sub for Hopkinton. Nick Paharic comes into the game, as does Caleb Raham. Evan Mirazimi and Nate Casper checking out. Second shot coming now for Noah. It's good.
So we have 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. The Mustangs leading by 5.
Noah Badette with 17 points tonight, and Cam McDonough with a big steal. Here's the pass to Matthew Mahoney. Lays it in, and the first 2 points of Maddie's career, possibly the first of many.
And this small run by the Mustangs is going to force a timeout from the Hillers here.
5 points in a row for Norwood, 59-52.
Norwood definitely turning up their defense here. Knowing they needed a couple stops and a couple turnovers, and they've gotten baskets on the other end. Great to see.
Tell you, this team responds, Tyler, and it looks like even from adversity. We see Robbie collect his 4th foul. Coach not happy about the call, but this is how they respond. 5 points in a row. That's got to feel good.
Absolutely. It's been next man up here for the Mustangs today. Quite a few players who got in playing time. A lot of our bigs, Ryan Fitzsimmons, Brandon Francis, Robbie Bukowski playing well. Carl Slutchbaum also playing really well.
Mustangs doing this without Joey Steves, who appears to be injured. He's got his warm-ups on. And without J. Mario Corielis, one of their top players. But he's been on the sideline the whole time, been one of the most encouraging presences, almost like a 4th coach, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. We can see him pretty clearly here. He's sitting in the corner of the bleachers from where we're standing. And he's been the first person up for any made basket, the first person up for any block. He's really encouraging his teammates to get out there.
Long game left.
And the Mustangs really hoping to get him back at some point during the season.
Let's hope so. His presence would be a huge boost, especially in a short season such as this one where every game really matters.
Absolutely, and we'll look to see here if Damari comes back into the game. He appeared to be a little shaken up there when he lost the ball going into the paint. There was no foul in the play, but we're speculating that he may have been hit in the face.
Well, Coach talking it over, very quiet in this gym. No fans allowed in Norwood. Home fans or away fans, but We're glad you can join us here on NCM. NCM will have all the action from all the Norwood teams in action, freshman, JV, and varsity level. We're happy to be able to bring those to you live as they happen. The Norwood girls will be in action, Tyler, I believe, on Sunday. We should see some good battle there as they take on Hopkinton.
Yeah, the Norwood girls will be here at Sunday. The JV will play at 11 and varsity will play at 12:30. I'll be here doing the book, taking the stats, and I'm not sure who will be commentating on the game.
Should get a great game there. The girls primed for a great season. Brian Keefe now working inside, and
we're going to see a foul here in the Mustangs. I believe it's going to be on
I think it's on Noah. And that is the second foul on Noah Badet. Brian Keefe will go to the line.
And we'll hope the Lady Mustangs are winning as they are away tonight.
Brian Keefe up to 20 points after making that free throw. Nick Paharic checks back in for the Hillers. Second coming for Brian Keefe. Gets it to go. Brian Keefe, easily Hopkinton's leading scorer tonight. They've been riding him in this second half, and they've really closed this lead.
He's been great tonight. He's finished really strong, no matter where he shot from. Free throw line, three-point line.
Coach McDonald looking to get this team going. This shot just misses from Baudette. And coming back the other way is Keefe again. Ooh, almost a pass there. Herrick and Cooper couldn't communicate. Now back over to Rahim. Rahim inside. Keefe now guarded closely by McDonough. McDonough watching his every step. Dish over to Cooper. Shot clock at 6. Here's the shot from Cooper. Doesn't go, and Norwood collects the rebound. Nice team defense there, Tyler, by the Mustangs.
It's great. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Every basket's going to count here down the stretch.
Absolutely. And
oh, Cam turns the corner, and a great finish at the rim.
Really good take by Cam McDonough. And is that Robbie Ledkowski I'm seeing on the sideline, sanitizing his hands? Here's a three that's made, a great answer. Anthony DiPietro. Not only can he hit free throws, he can shoot too.
Hiller's doing a good job answering every made basket here in the fourth quarter.
4-point game, 61-57. 4:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. There's a nice pass inside.
There's Ryan Fitzsimmons
and Ryan
again.
Fitzsimmons. Boy, Tyler, it just seems like every time there is a basket made for Hopkinton, it's Ryan Fitzsimmons answering.
The Hillers really have not had an answer for Fitzsimmons down in the paint. He's finished strong.
Fitzsimmons has put the other teams on watch if they're tuning in tonight. Here's a shot attempt from DiPietro, doesn't go, but now he battles inside, and it looks like he'll draw the foul.
And that foul is going to be on Cam McDonough.
And it looks like that will be the second foul of the game for Cam. And DiPietro back at the line, shooting 2.
He's been a confident free throw shooter all night.
He hits the first. That's his sixth made free throw of the night. A couple subs coming in. Evan Mirazimi is back in for the Hillers, as is Josh Prusco. Second free throw coming for Anthony DiPietro. It's good.
We'll see a timeout to the Hillers here with about 4 minutes and 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So we're about halfway through here.
Tyler, what do you think Coach Skeen is saying to his Hillers right now?
I think Coach Skeen has to be happy with how the Hillers have battled back into this game, down double digits multiple times throughout the game. And they've cut the lead here to 4. They've made some strong defensive stops. And we'll kind of see what they have coming out of this timeout.
He's got to feel good after that last made free throw. This could go back and forth, but the Hillers seem to be creeping closer. How about Coach McDonald? What do you think she's drawn up?
I think Coach McDonald's definitely going to talk to her team about the ball movement they had in that first half. That's kind of how they opened up that lead, was great defense and good ball movement. And we'll see what kind of defense she comes out with after this timeout as well. The Mustangs will have the ball to start coming out of the timeout. But we'll see if she opts to go back to that 2-3 zone or man-to-man.
That 2-3 zone seemed to be working a little bit early on. We'll be curious to see if that's something that she dials up.
Absolutely, and we'll see if she's trying a play here, something different for the Mustangs. They would love to get a basket here coming out of the timeout.
That will be huge, and we'll see who they decide to come out of the timeout with. the third of our triple header of action tonight. We hope you're able to join us for some of the JV and the freshman action. Be sure to watch all the games, freshman, JV, and varsity, on Norwood Community Media. We will also have ice hockey action, both boys and girls, and the girls basketball team. As we just mentioned earlier, they're playing tonight. We hope good news coming there.
We have almost all of our winter sports in action this weekend.
Short season as well, Tyler.
Absolutely. Like you said, every game is going to count here, so the Mustangs would love to open up at home with a win, especially having to go to Hopkinton on Sunday.
Coach McDonald knows it. She's got her senior, Robbie Latkowski, inbounding it. He is in foul trouble, though.
Robbie
4.
does have 4 fouls here. The next one will take him out of the game.
Keep your eye on 33.
And Damari's fouled there on the shot. He'll shoot 2.
6-team foul of the night for the Hillers, 4 in the half. 2 shots coming for Damari Daniels.
And Damari 3 for 4 on the night. Makes
the first.
Make that 4 for 5.
And that's only got to build his confidence hitting a shot like that. Robbie Latkowski coming in. He battles for these missed free throws.
Absolutely. I would play close attention to Robbie, number 33, down the block. There he is.
And it looks like that foul should go against the Hillers.
He needs to be fouled.
DiPietro will be called for the foul.
And that'll put us in a 1-on-1 situation. So the Hillers here are already in the single bonus.
Norwood in the bonus. DiPietro collecting his 3rd foul of the evening. And here's Robbie Latkowski shooting. Makes the first. Robbie's got 9 tonight.
Beautiful free throw by Robbie.
And he makes the second. Robbie Latkowski in double digits, and Tyler 2 huge free throws.
Absolutely, and the Mustangs will sub Damari out here and opt for Maddie Mahoney. Getting some minutes late in the 4th quarter, you'd love to see it. And the Mustangs open their lead up to 7 points.
Coach trusts him, and Maddie looks like he's got the goods. He has really been playing well tonight.
Absolutely, I know Coach Burrows preached about his basketball IQ. He's just a really smart player on and off the ball.
This one will go out of bounds. Looks like it will stay with Hopkinton. Evan Mirazimi will check out after that play, and Nate Casper will be the one to inbound it. Again, Tyler, nothing under the hoop.
Nothing, no easy baskets here. Trying to force a 3.
Although this Hillers team, very dangerous from 3 as well. Here's DiPietro, top of the key, over to Cooper, back to Brian Keefe. He comes inside and lays it up and in.
And Keefe's been automatic here in the second half. He's had a lot of points for the Hillers. The Mustangs have had no answer on defense.
5 points in the first half for Brian Keefe, 18 here in the second half. He's really come alive. That one doesn't quite go for Robbie Latkowski. Decent idea, though. Here's Matt Cooper now. Back to Keefe. And this one, Sarapisco can't get it to go.
With a big rebound.
That's huge for Norwood. Brandon coming up with that rebound.
So Mahoney will go to the line.
Well, looks like it will go against Keefe. That's his 4th. And Tyler, that is something to watch.
That is a big. We'll see if the Mustangs opt to attack him on the next possession down the floor. Keefe's been automatic offense for the Hillers.
Talk about pressure in your first game of your high school career. 2 big shots coming for Maddie.
And again, pay attention to Robbie down the block. We'll see if he can grab another rebound here.
Doesn't go. A little bit of a battle. Eventually, DiPietro gets it off to Nate Casper, and somehow the Hillers keep control. Maddie Mahoney closing in. And this one goes through. Nate Casper getting that shot. Tyler, I wonder if Robbie backed off a little bit, knowing his foul situation.
Yep, Robbie with 4 fouls there, not wanting to take the 5th. And Noah, just strong take to the hoop. And Noah will get fouled there. He'll have a shot at the line.
Could be the answer the Mustangs need. They hold a 3-point edge. 9 team fouls now for Hopkinton with 2:18 left to go.
So the next foul will put Hopkinton in the double bonus. Noah here fouled on the shot, though. He'll get 2.
2 shots coming for Noah Badette. And he nails the first. Fourth free throw made of the game for the sophomore. Second one doesn't go. Nice rebound by DiPietro.
Mustangs hustling back. Oh, great steal by Cam McDonough.
That's a huge steal. Cam McDonough works it up for the Mustangs. Over to Badette. Looking for Ladkowski, but has his pocket picked by Cooper. Back the other way. Some nice passing for the Hillers. And Josh able to put that home, number 35. His fourth field goal of the game. Damari Daniels now looking to answer. Has an open three, it's off the mark. But Ryan Fitzsimmons with the rebound.
That's a foul there on Robbie. He'll shoot 2 shots. And we have a minute 36 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Robbie drawing the foul, and I believe that's the 10th one on the Hillers.
So the Mustangs will now shoot 2 every time, every foul here down the stretch.
Norwood
Robbie
with
looks
16
confident
fouls tonight.
And Robbie looked confident at the line his last 2 free throws.
This one just missing. Matty Mahoney will check back in as Damari Daniels subs for Norwood.
And again, Damari's sitting on 3 fouls, Robbie's sitting on 4.
Coach Keene calling for the box out. Here's the second one.
As well as Brian Keefe with 4 fouls for the Hillers.
It goes. Big free throw make for Robbie Ladkowski. Norwood up 3, a minute and a half to go. Nate Casper working inside. Kicks it out to DiPietro. Shot does not go. And it will be possession, I believe, to Norwood. I'm sorry.
It appears possession will be to the Hillers.
Possession to Hillers.
Fresh shot clock.
Minute 27 to go. Good move there. Who else? Ryan Keefe with the field goal.
Mustangs only up 1 here.
This is the smallest lead of the evening, and it comes with a minute 15 left. Tyler, if there was a crowd here, they'd be going wild.
There is absolutely would be a wild crowd, and we have Coach McDonald with a timeout here. A minute 15 remaining in the fourth quarter. Looking to drop a play here to get an easy bucket.
Norwood looking to put some more points on the board.
A 2 here would make it a 1 possession game. A 3 here would make it a 2 possession game.
Keep in mind that foul situation. Norwood is in the double bonus. They will shoot 2 on any foul.
And Norwood's next foul would put the Hillers on the line for a 1-and-1 situation. We'll speculate here, but I'm gonna go with Coach McDonald's drawing up a play to get someone an easy look in front of the basket. But I'm gonna opt with it's not gonna be a shot. She definitely wants to go in for that foul. A lot of fouls being called here in the second half.
And Norwood has been good in those free throws, but Tyler, the Hillers have been great as well.
Yeah, the Hillers able to match. Really been shot for shot here in the fourth quarter. The Mustangs double-digit lead diminished here to just 1.
Minute 15 to go, but a lot of time in the basketball sense. 12 free throws made on the night for Hopkinton. They have been good from the line. But Norwood, as you mentioned, Tyler, they've been very good as well. They have made 12.
And it looks like Coach is going to come out with Robbie, Damari, Fitzy, Noah, and Cam coming out of the timeout.
A lot of confidence in Ryan Fitzsimmons, who's had a really good game. He's come up with a lot of the big plays for the Mustangs.
Absolutely. I'd love to see those second chance points in the night between him and Robbie.
Looks like the Hillers will come out. They'll have their 2 captains, Brian Keefe, Matt Cooper. It looks like they will also have Anthony DiPietro, who's had a solid game, as well as Josh Serapusco and Nate Casper. So typical starting lineup here for the Hillers. Last minute 15. Ryan Fitzsimmons will inbound. Out to McDonough. Slows it down a little bit. Guarded by Keith. McDonough tries to work inside. Doesn't find any room. Still working around. Takes the shot. It goes! Big shot for Cam McDonough over Brian Keith.
That's a great play by your senior captain there when you know you need a basket.
putting the team on your back there, but the answer for the Hillers is fast. Nate Casper comes down the court, and with under 50 seconds left, we're still at a 1-point game, 70-69. The Mustangs with the lead. Cam McDonough sizes up Brian Keefe. Ladkowski sets the pick. McDonough with the shot. No good.
It appears we're going to get a foul there on Noah Bodette.
And Noah, I believe his third of the evening, will commit the foul.
And like we talked about earlier, that'll put the Hillers at the line for a 1-on-1 situation.
And it will be Matt Cooper shooting. He's already made a couple of free throws tonight. The shot goes in. Senior captain, he is used to this pressure and he delivers there. Second coming for Cooper.
Mustangs really need to crash the glass here on a miss.
No need to worry about that. Cooper makes the free throw, and the first lead of the night, Tyler, for Hopkinton with 35 seconds to go.
Absolutely, and we're going to see a timeout here. Mustangs are going to need a basket. No matter what, the Hillers are going to get another possession, so I'm going to go with Coach going to tell them that they need to make this next basket, and they need to get set quickly on defense. The last thing they want is a nice, easy-made basket, and then a quick basket in transition.
Well, let's see what she draws up and who she puts out there. 71-70, a nail-biter for sure. We wish you were here to watch this with us, but we hope you're enjoying the coverage here on NCM.
This is definitely one of those moments where you miss the crowd late in the fourth quarter.
Especially that home court advantage.
Absolutely. The crowd would be rocking for sure. You think maybe it's easier to make these free throws for the Hillers with no one heckling you from the stands today.
Could be playing a role. It is quiet. You can almost hear a pin drop in here as the coaches talk it over.
And Coach Tom Keene telling his players here, one stop.
They need one. They'll chant defense in that huddle.
And we'll see what the Mustangs, who they opt to start.
Interesting choice by Coach Keene. If we scan over the numbers, Brian Keefe is not out there with 4 fouls. He is in foul trouble, number 22, but he has been nails today.
Keefe ready in the stands though to come sub back in for an offensive possession.
He will be ready. Damari Daniels tries to take it inside, puts up the shot, and he makes it. Big bucket for Damari Daniels. Norwood up 1, and a timeout taken by Coach Keene.
So Coach Keene is almost 100% going to put Keefe back in. The Hillers can have 2 options here. They could take a shot and hope to get a rebound so they could shoot early in the clock, or they can hold out for the last shot with only 21 or a little under 22 seconds left here.
So, if you're Coach Keene in this quiet gym, what would you do?
If I'm Coach Keene, I'm definitely opting to shoot a little bit earlier in the clock. I'm going to get the ball to Keefe any way I can. If I'm Coach McDonald, I'm going to try to deny him the ball any way I possibly can. But the Hillers have had multiple scores here, but I just do not want Keefe with the ball in his hand for that last possession.
He has a hot hand, and he knows it, and he trusts it. We've seen that shot come up a lot, and he's going to be a player to watch this season. And even as we continue into Sunday, the Mustangs won't be done with him after today.
Absolutely, and if I'm Coach Keene, I'm definitely telling Keefe not to settle for any long-range shot, especially with the Mustangs already in the foul trouble. You know you're going to the line. Force them to make a decision.
Another thing that could be in play here, Norwood is in the double bonus.
Absolutely. So Norwood will shoot 2 free throws no matter what down the stretch. And we're not sure here, but Coach Jim McDonald talking to the refs here.
And about the only word I picked up on that is something about next year.
Yeah.
So all of us hoping that next year we'll be back to having you in the stands, not having to wear these masks on our face. But for now, sports are back, at least for the moment.
For now, we'll just enjoy the moment we have in front of us.
And it is a big one. We hope you are glued to your screen. 21.8 seconds left to go.
So we'll see Coach off with Carl Schlutzbaum here, hoping that he's going to grab a big rebound. Carl, one of the tallest players on the court at the moment. Robbie in here. We see Noah guarding the inbounds. Cam will be on Keefe. Coach telling him to lay off a little bit, give him a little bit of space.
Matt Cooper to inbound. Passes up the initial look to Keefe. And that goes off the fingers.
And that is a huge turnover by the Hillers. The Mustangs have to be excited.
Oh,
That's
the
great
Mustang
defense.
bench popped up. They were like a toy springing up out of those seats.
Interesting
J.
play as
Mario's
well by
still
Coach
standing.
Keene. An interesting play as well by Coach Keene, using Keith there as a decoy for that backdoor cut.
They did not go for it. Instead, they tried to get it inside. It didn't work. And a quick foul here from Hopkinton. That is Brian Keefe's. He motions with 5 fingers towards his coach. He knows what that's all about.
And we'll see how clutch Damari is feeling down the stretch. He made the last basket here to put the Mustangs ahead by 1 and give them a 3-point lead here. Damari, confident senior captain.
Here's Damari, a couple of big free throws for the senior captain. Here comes the first of 2. He makes it. His 5th made free throw of the night. He's made more than any other player on the Mustangs, but they're hoping for one more, Ty.
Absolutely. And the Mustangs will opt to keep just 4 defenders back here, not even go for the inbound. Not even go for the rebound.
No worries. He makes the free throw. 12 points tonight for Damari Daniels, but perhaps none bigger than those 2 we just saw right there.
And a sub by the Mustangs
out of the
take Damari
game.
out.
18 seconds. Inside and a quick bucket. Josh Serapusco makes up for that one, last one going off his hands, and Noah Badette will now be fouled with 10 seconds to go.
So if you're the Mustangs, that's about the last thing you want to see is a basket that quick.
The Hillers answered. They were great in transition. I'm sorry, not in transition, just going to either ends of the floor.
Yeah, Hiller's
Josh
obviously a very well-coached team. Hiller's well-coached team.
And Noah Badette, a clutch free throw. 75-73 Mustangs, 10 seconds to go.
Oh, and the Mustangs will send in, instead of opting to keep all 4 players back, they're going to go for this rebound.
Robbie and Carl are both in there. Robbie collects the rebounds, and another quick foul.
That's a great coaching call by Coach McDonald. On the previous attempts, she had all 4 defenders back. She had confidence. She has confidence in Noah as well, but keep 2 rebounders there. You've gotten a lot of offensive boards.
Robbie's been so clutch collecting those misses, and now he's on the line.
Other thing to note is a couple of seconds came off the clock there.
He makes the first. Robbie Ladkowski makes another big free throw, 76-73. Looking to make this a 4-point game with 7.8 seconds left to go.
Mustangs up 3. This would push the lead to 4. And Robbie's going to crash here.
He makes it. Huge free throw. 7 seconds to go. Cooper with a quick 3. Doesn't go. Getting the rebound is Casper. Puts it up. Doesn't go. And that's the ball game.
And we have a Mustangs victory here, 77-73 on opening night. All the boys definitely fired up here, and you could hear Ryan Fitzsimmons on that last make by Robbie really shouting out his teammate. You love the team chemistry we have here. Joey, unfortunately, able to come back in the game, but one of the first people out to greet his teammates.
It's amazing the team chemistry they have, and credit to Hopkinton. They really fought back in this game, but Norwood puts it together at the end. Tyler, clutch free throw shooting. That was really what did it tonight.
Clutch free throw shooting absolutely got it done for the Mustangs. At late basket by Damari, and then clutch free throw shooting down the stretch to give the Mustangs that decisive victory.
Well, we're bummed you couldn't have watched this game with us tonight. It was still a great environment in here with the teams getting behind each other, but a great opening night of boys basketball for the Norwood Mustangs. Thanks to our Norwood Community Media crew, Mary Panetta and Mike O'Donnell, working the cameras for us, and Brian Dunn as well. For Tyler Gonsalves, I'm Joe Panola. Thanks for joining us. We will see you for the next basketball game for the boys away at Hopkinton, and then again on Tuesday as they will take on Medfield. Have a good night.
Enjoy your night, Mustang family.